Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Seattle Mariners at the Kingdome. On the mound for the Tigers today is Jack Morris, whose record is 15-8 with a 4.12 ERA. And pitching for the Mariners today is Roy Branch, whose record is 13-11 with a 4.93 ERA. And so our 8-game winning streak came to an end yesterday in Game 3 of the 4-game series against the Mariners. We lost 4-3. We had a 2-0 early lead, and we could not hold on to it as Jeff Robinson got his second start and pitched okay. He was the one responsible for the 4 runs given up. And we just could not make the comeback. We did score a run late in the ball game, but just fell short. And so we move on to Game 4. Then we will be heading to Chicago to face the White Sox. So we will wrap up the month of August here. In a couple of days, we will have a end of August summary and league leaders video. And also we'll talk about our September call-ups and who we want to try to get a few innings pitched or a few at-bats as the season comes to a close. So that is the game plan. Here is Jack Morris. He's been having a rough go lately. The current Seattle lineup is batting .306 against him in 68 plate appearances. All of the bullpen is available today. The lineup versus the right-hander, Roy Branch. We have Alan Trammell with the day off. He is listed as tired. And George Brett also listed as tired, but we're going to play him today and give him the day off tomorrow against the left-hander with the White Sox. Okay? So, let's go ahead and do the official Tiger down. Let's go ahead and take a look at the last 20 games here. That's what we're going to look at. Here's the log for the lineup today. So batting leadoff, playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker, batting .247 in his last 20 games. That's how you tell right there. Okay, batting second at first base. I'm out of my normal routine here. Batting second is Greg Brock. Batting third in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting cleanup, playing third base is George Brett. Batting fifth in right field is Glenn Wilson. Batting sixth and catching is Terry Kennedy. Batting seventh and DHing is Mickey Hatcher. Batting eighth in center field is Kevin Bass. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, is Doug Baker. Okay, let's take a look at Roy Branch. There's his up-to-date numbers right there. Roy Branch, this was fascinating. I just did a little bit of reading about Roy Branch before today's game. He was a first-round draft pick by the Kansas City Royals in 1971. First-round pick. He got a $30,000 signing bonus. Guess who was the second-round pick for the Royals in 1971? That's right, none other than George Brett, who got a $25,000 signing bonus. So they were teammates in the minor leagues, and they will face each other today. He was actually purchased by Seattle in 1978 from Kansas City. He got 2 starts, as you see right here, in 1979. Those were the only 2 starts of his career, in all of his major league career. And you can tell that he's gone on to have, an okay 4 seasons so far in our sim league here. So there's Roy Branch for you. Let's take a look at the Mariners defense. Is it the same? No, we got some mixed up lineup today. We got, what do we have here? Jim Anderson at shortstop instead of Spike Owen today. Okay, here's Sweet Lou leading off against Roy Branch. And Whitaker strikes out to start off the ball game. 9-pitch at bat, though, so good job by Whitaker going deep in the count. Next man up is Greg Brock. He had his 18th home run in yesterday's ball game. striking out looking. So 2 strikeouts for Branch right out of the gate. And Gibson on an 0-2 count gets a base hit into right field. Do we want to go for 2? We do not. We've got Gibby on first. Let's try to steal second. Get in scoring position for Brett. Gibby's going on the pitch. A high fastball, and Gibson is safe. Team leading 15th stolen base. And he is in scoring position for George. Brett 6 for 17 against his old teammate. He has a home run as well. And a walk to Brett. So first and second, 2 down. Here is Glenn Wilson. Wilson batting .274 for 17 homers. And a slow roller to short. And Anderson makes the play. So we strand 2 base runners, go to the bottom of the first. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Mariners lineup rundown. We'll take a look at their log. Batting leadoff, playing right field, is Rod Craig. Batting second and DHing is Bob Pate. Batting third at second base is Harold Reynolds. Batting cleanup, playing left field, is Ricardo Saenz. Batting fifth and catching is Tom Pagnozzi. Batting sixth, playing third base, is Tom Dodd. Batting seventh in center field is Dave Henderson. Batting eighth at first base is Dave Stapleton. And batting ninth, playing shortstop today, is Jim Anderson. Okay, we've got Jack Morris on the mound. We're going to look right at his log here. And he has pitched poorly in 3 straight ball games, giving up 5, 6, and 3 runs in 3 1/3 innings his last time out, walking 4, and giving up 2 home runs. Wow, he gave up 4 home runs against the Angels on the 19th. So he's in a little bit of a late season swoon, which, if you think back over the finale of our last couple of seasons, all of our starting pitchers have fallen apart in the last 6 weeks each year. And maybe that's what's happening to Jack Morris here. As you can see, his ERA's ballooned up to 4.12. He's got 122 Ks and 183 and 2/3 innings pitched. Opponents are betting .254 against him. He's still got 3 good pitches in his arsenal. The 28-year-old righty goes to free agency next season. Okay, here is the Tigers defense. We've got Terry Kennedy back behind the plate, and Dougie Baker out there at shortstop today, filling in for Trammell. Rod Craig leading off against Jack Morris. Here we go. All righties in the lineup, other than the 2 switch hitters. Morris strikes out Rod Craig. 1 down. Next man up, Bob Pate. 3-1 count to Pate, and he pops it up to Baker at short. 2 outs. Here's Harold Reynolds in the number 3 spot. I mean, I realize you make room for Anderson, but why would you have to drop Reynolds in this lineup? Doesn't make any sense. Maybe he goes deep here. Ground ball to second. If Reynolds had hit a home run, I would have been like, all right, that makes sense. A 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the second with Terry Kennedy leading off. Kennedy, Hatcher, and Bass. You may have noticed that Terry Kennedy was batting under 200 in his last 20 ball games, and he gets a base hit into right field, so leadoff man is on. That's good news for Mickey Hatcher. He's batting almost 400 in his last 20 ball games. We've got the hit and run on as Hatcher grounds out to short. Kennedy advances and is in scoring position for Kevin Bass. Bass batting .238 with 8 home runs. Didn't get a hit yesterday, but he had a little bit of a hitting streak going on. He had 6 in a row as he flies out to right. Deep in foul ground there. Out of view. That will bring up Doug Baker. Baker batting .274. He's got a home run, and he walks. Baker always finds a way to get on base. It blows my mind how valuable he's been in the backup role First and second, we're back to the top of the lineup. Sweet Lou struck out the first time up. And he's 0 for 5 in his career versus Branch. Whitaker grounds into the hole at short, and Anderson throws him out. So we go to the bottom of the second inning, no score. Morris facing Ricardo Saenz. Wow, that wasn't even close. A walk to Saenz, leadoff man is on. We're going to play straight away with the catcher running. Pagnozzi had a big home run yesterday, his 25th on the season, and he's going to gap it all the way to the wall. A double. Second and third. Let's take a look at Pagnozzi here. That is his 24th double on the season. We'll pull the infield in for Tom Dodd here. Anything we can do to prevent a run. There we go. Striking out Dodd. One down. Dave Henderson up. We're going to pull the corners in here. I think that's the right thing to do. So a ground ball to first or third will keep the runner at third, or at least get him out the plate. Oh, Morris strikes out Henderson. So back-to-back Ks. And really, Morris is just one pitch away from getting out of this jam. But it's Dave Stapleton down in the 8th spot. He's normally a number 3 hitter. And Morris walks him. Yeah, it's the old walk, strikeout, walk. You can't escape it in this game. That does bring up the number 9 hitter, though. He does have power. He's got 2 home runs, but we're going to pull the outfield in. We don't want anything to drop in. If it gets past the outfielders, it's game over either way. So, and there's a fly ball to right. Will Wilson make the catch? Yep, there we go. So Morris gets out of the jam. Stranding 3. We go to the top of the third. Greg Brock leading off. Brockness Monster struck out the first time up, and a base hit into center field. Third Tigers hit today. Here's Gibby. Gibby had a hit his first time up and stole the base. He is on fire. He's batting .375 with over 1,000 OPS in his last 20 games. And he pops it up here. We are just not clutch in the last, 12 innings of baseball. We had many opportunities to win the game yesterday. We just couldn't come through. As Brett goes oppo for a base hit, Brock has to hold at second. This has double play written all over it. We're going to go ahead and swing away. Runners on first and second. One down. Oh, a wild pitch will take the double play away. We like that. Fly ball to anywhere in the outfield should score a run. Maybe Dave Henderson might be the only person you don't want to hit it to. He's got the gold glove out there. Fly ball to right. That will definitely get the run in. The Tigers will take a lead. Brett will tag and take third. Good heads-up base running from Brett. RBI given to Glenn Wilson. I believe that's number 75, leading the team. Brett's on third, and Terry Kennedy, a 2-run shot to left field, and it's 3-0 Detroit. Kennedy's 10th of the year. And Tigers have put up a nice little rally here in the third inning. Bases are empty. Let's see if Hatcher can get something going. With 2 down, he flips it down the right field line in the Kingdome, and that is a long foul out. So we got 3 on the board, thanks to Kennedy's 2-run shot and Wilson's sac fly. We go to the bottom of the third, and it's Rod Craig leading off. Morris striking out Craig to lead off the inning. That's his 4th strikeout. How much you want to bet there's a walk coming up here soon? Bob Pate, fly ball into center. Bass makes the catch. 2 down. And Harold Reynolds with a full count flies out to center field. So a good job from Morris there. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Kevin Bass leading off. He's 0 for 1 today. Popping it up at home plate. And he dropped the ball. Wow, Pagnozzi drops the ball in fair territory, and Bass is safe. So this is a sacrifice bunt situation for Doug Baker. 2-2 count. He drops down the bunt to third. Bass is safe at second. Doug Baker, so valuable. Bass at second with Sweet Lou up, 1 down. Lou, ground ball up the middle. Play is made by Reynolds. Good job. Nice range on him there. As Bass advances to third, and it will be up to Greg Brock to get him in. 1-2 count, and he strikes out. Oh, man, that's a missed opportunity. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Ricardo Saenz leading off. Morris at 53 pitches. 5th strikeout as Saenz stands there watching it go by. 1 down. The nozzle, Tom Pagnozzi's got to make up for that error. Taps it right back to Morris. 2 quick outs here in the fourth. And Tom Dodd strikes out. So Morris has 6 Ks through 4. We head to the top of the 5th. It's Gibby, Brett, and Wilson due up. Here is Gibby. He's 1 for 2 today. Rips it into right. Get down. There we go. Base hit. Do we want to go for 2? Man, I certainly do. But we're going to say no. And we're going to hit and run with Gibby and Brett. And there's a gapper into left center field. Gibby was going, so he should score. He does. It's 4-0 on the RBI triple from George Brett. His first triple in a Tiger uniform. 3rd overall. Look at this. In 1979, he had 20 triples. George Brett had 20 triples. Can you imagine that? I think George Brett is going to work out just fine for us. Okay, now Glenn Wilson has another opportunity here with a sac fly. Let's see if he can get himself another RBI. 2-0 count. Popping it up over the head of the shortstop. That's not going to be deep enough to get Brett in. They're playing the infield back. I guess we should just take a cut, because Brett will score on a ground ball anywhere but third. There we go. Line drive to left. That will score Brett. There we go. So good job by Kennedy. That's 3 RBIs for Kennedy today with the 2-run shot and the sac fly. It is 5-0 Detroit. And Hatcher goes down the left field line into the corner. And a double for Hatcher. I think that's number 17? 18. Wow. Hatcher leading the team with 18 doubles. I like, although yesterday was not a great offensive day, I like the fact that our offense is kind of woken up from its little bit of a late, the dog days of August, right? I guess they say, as Kevin Bass flies out to right field. The Tigers are up 5-0 now, headed into the bottom of the 5th, with 7, 8, and 9 due up, starting with Dave Henderson. Henderson, a ground ball to short. Doug Baker tosses him out. 1 down for Dave Stapleton. Stapleton hits a ground ball to short. Another easy play for Baker. Here is the number 9 hitter, Jim Anderson. He's 0 for 1 today. Wow, Baker making all the plays. A 1-2-3 inning, all to Doug Baker. We go to the top of the 6th with Doug Baker leading off. If he hits a home run right here, that would be amazing. Nope, he taps it right back to Branch. 1 down. Roy Branch, by the way, at 94 pitches, we should be taking as many pitches as we can right now to get to that bullpen. First pitch swinging for Whitaker, actually second pitch. So this is not a good job by our offense. And Brock lifts it to right. It does get Branch over the century mark. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Rod Craig leading off. Craig popping it up on the first baseline. Play is made by Brock. 1 out. Next man up is Bob Pate. And Pate's going to get a base hit to center. Only the second hit given up by Morris today. Down 5. I don't anticipate Pate running. Reynolds flips it to left. 2 outs. And Ricardo Saenz. Ricardo Saenz has been quiet all series. Well, Morris walks him for the second time. This is the dangerous hitter on the team. This Tom Pagnozzi putting up big numbers and has been clutch. Full count and a base hit up the middle. And a run scores. So it's 5-1. RBI single for the nozzle. I guess in a way that makes up for the error. Still 2 down. Here's Tom Dodd. And Dodd strikes out looking 7 Ks for Morris. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Let's take a look at the in-game stats, and then we'll look at Carlos Diaz, who I believe has pitched in all 4 games this series. Player of the game so far, I think you have to give it to Kennedy, 2 for 2 with 3 RBI. Brett's also 2 for 2. All right, here's Carlos Diaz. We've seen him every game. Look at that. He gave up 4 runs in game number 2. 10 pitches, 4 runs. That is probably why he lost his closer's job. Okay, Gibby, 2 for 3 today, hitting lefties pretty well. And a base hit to center field. Come on, Gibby. Gibson has really turned it on here in these last 2 weeks. All right, Gibby on first. We're going to hit and run with George Brett. He's 2 for 2 today. Ground ball to short. That'll get Gibby over. Runner in scoring position for Glenn Wilson. Wilson over 2, but he's got an RBI with the sacrifice fly. And he goes to right field. That will drive in Gibson. And we get the run back. It's 6-1. Another RBI for Wilson. His 77th RBI. Terry Kennedy, next man up, and he walks. Carlos Diaz struggling against the Tigers. Here's Mickey Hatcher, 1 for 3 on the day. And a ground ball to short. That should be a double play. Yeah, an easy one. 6-4-3. We do get the run back. And I'd like to see Morris get through this inning. And then we'll take him out. Here's Dave Henderson. Striking out 8 Ks for Morris. This is the most strikeouts Morris has had in a long time. Since July 18th, in the complete game shutout, he got 8. And then also the complete game shutout versus Toronto, he got 8. So it's happened twice this year. Let's see if he can beat it. Here's Dave Stapleton. 1-0 count. Ground ball up the middle. Whitaker makes the play. 2 down. And Jim Anderson with 2 outs. Strikes out. There's the new season high for Morris with 9. And that will probably do it for him. As Rick Anderson comes in. Mr. Anderson. You'll see here, basically, a nobody. But in our sim, he's had a great year every year. Long reliever for Seattle. Throwing 75 in a third innings. That's a new career high. 55K. Opposing rate 227 against him. He's got a couple saves. He's got no blueies. Overall rated an 80. The 29-year-old righty goes to arbitration at the end of the year. Okay, Kevin Bass. This will be his last at bat, and then we'll bring in Miller for defensive purposes. He's 0 for 3 today, and a base hit to right, so Bass is on base. Leadoff man is on. Doug Baker, he's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice and a walk. We're going to let him take a cut. He's earned it, and he walks. First and second, nobody out. Here's Sweet Lou. He does not have a hit today. Oh, he strikes out on a 86-mile-an-hour slider. Look at where that pitch was, too. That is, looks like meat. One down. Brock into center field. It's down. Does it get to the wall? It does not. It's actually cut off. Brock gets a single. A run scores, and Baker goes to third. RBI single for Brock. It's 7-1. And here's Kirk Gibson. Gibby, 3 for 4 today. He's got a stolen base. What's happening here? Okay, there we go. A little delay in the action. And a base hit to center field. Tigers are opening it up. It gets all the way through as the center fielder, Dave Henderson, makes an error. So that's a single and an error. Brock scores. It's 9-1 Detroit. Good day for Gibby today. It's now 4 for 5. Brett walks. And the mogul is on right now. Here's Glenn Wilson with one down. Oh, ground ball to short. And that will do it. So, it's 9-1. We're going to take out Jack Morris, 103 pitches. A decent performance. Those 3 walks always annoy me, but he did strike out a season-high 9. We have 2 switch hitters coming up. So we're going to bring in Paul Gibson, the creeper, coming into the ball game. Take a look at his numbers. Not great, but he will likely get a spot guaranteed next season, as we will not be keeping Capizzello. We'll sign and trade him. We won't be able to afford him. So you can count on him being in the bullpen. Okay, he's going to face Rod Craig, Pate, and Reynolds. Tigers are up by 8. And a strikeout of Pate. Of Craig. It's his 3rd K on the day. 1 out. Here's Bob Pate. Pate batting only .232 versus lefties, but a pretty good on-base percentage. High fly ball to center. Oh, I forgot to replace Miller. We're up 8. I guess it doesn't much matter. 2 down. Here is Harold Reynolds. Reynolds 0 for 3 today. Ground ball to short. Baker makes the play. We are headed to the 9th inning. Rick Anderson comes back out to face Terry Kennedy, Mickey Hatcher, Kevin Bass. Oh, Kennedy wears one. That might be for that home run he hit earlier. Maybe he was big pimping around the bases. I don't know. So Kennedy has reached base every plate appearance today. Next man up is Mickey Hatcher. Let's make a pay for that. Hatcher will into the gap in right center field. We are sending Kennedy home. He scores. Hatcher has his 2nd double of the ball game, number 19. And the Tigers have hit double digits, and we're not done yet. Here's Kevin Bass. He's 1 for 4 today. Oh, Bass strikes out. 2nd K for Anderson. Here's Doug Baker. 0 for 1. Sacrifice and 2 walks. Walk number 3. That's going to do it for Anderson. They're going to bring Ed Vandenberg in to face Sweet Lou. It's a lefty-on-lefty violence here. Whitaker 0 for 5 and 2 strikeouts today. And he had the day off yesterday, right? I think. And he walks, so the bases are loaded. That might have been a strategic move, as Vanderberg now faces Greg Brock. Brock, not a good hitter versus left-handers. But he can take a walk. Let's see how he does here. Bases loaded, one down. Oh, he pops it up. Man, I thought for sure he was going to go deep. Out number 2. Here's Gibby. Gibby's shown that he can hit lefties. Bases loaded for Gibson, 2 down. A pass ball. Boo! I'm booing. I don't want the cheap runs. 2-2 count. And Gibby hits a ground ball to short. Henderson throws him out. Tigers have scored 11 runs. It's 11-1. We will try to ruin that by bringing in Tom Filer. He's our mop-up long relief guy. Filer's almost reached a career high in innings pitched. You see he's made 17 starts for us. And he has given up a run in 6 consecutive appearances. We won't see him as much in a couple of days when rosters expand. So we'll give him some work here. I don't think they're going to score 10 runs, but they might. They do have the most home runs in the American League as Saenz strikes out. Good job by Filer. There's 1 down. Tom Pagnozzi, the only Mariner who brought his bats today. He's 2 for 3. Ground ball to Brett at third. Brett throws him out. And the Mariners are down to their final out. Tom Dodd, only man standing between sloppy steaks. A fly ball to the left. And that is the ball game. Tigers win 11-1. Handshakes, butt slaps, slappy steaks. All right, let's take a look at the standings here. Yeah, we did gain it. Well, we lost a game yesterday. We gained that game back today. So, whatever. Boston 6, California. Well, Oakland's lost 3 in a row, and Seattle just lost 3 or 4 against Detroit. They're still bunched up. Looking at the National League, Mets remain 2 up on Montreal, and Cincinnati has been in first for a couple days now in the West. Headline news, Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Tigers beat the Mariners for their 77th win of the season. Gibby had 4 hits. He might be the player of the game. James K. using shellacked for the 5th time this week. Kirk Gibson saw the ball well on Monday. Number 3 hitter went 4 for 6 with a steal, a double, 2 runs, an RBI. That's pretty damn good. George Brett went 2 for 3. He's in fuego. Let's take a look at the transactions. Holy shnikey, there is a lot of things going on here. Okay, so starting off with Joaquin Andahar. Oh, wow, Joaquin Andahar, we cut him. He signs a deal for the rest of the year for $1.45 million with the Padres, his 3rd team this season. We cut him loose. He was so horrible for us. And now he's a Padre for a month. So he gets the prorated amount of whatever 1 month of baseball is. So divide that. So what is that? $200,000 basically. So that's not too shabby. Okay, then Mike Flanagan is just going to miss a couple days for the Cubs. No big deal. They're out of it. Speaking of guys that are making $1 million, that's Mike Flanagan through 1987. Dave Roberts of Minnesota, missing 3 days. No big deal. Steve Davis, the pitcher, is going to miss 3 weeks. He had just taken over the ace role for Toronto as Dave Steve has been injured and struggling. He's going to miss almost the rest of the season. Wayne Cage of Cleveland retires at age 31. He's going to go be a cage fighter. And Jeff Jones, reliever, future Detroit Tigers pitching coach, is going to miss 13 days due to a shoulder separation. It's always trouble. It's always a problem when you get a divorce from your shoulder. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. 11-1 victory for Detroit. I think Gibby's probably going to get the player of the game. Terry Kennedy, though, right? He went 2 for 2, scored 2 runs, 3 RBI. He had a walk. He had a home run. He got hit by a pitch. He walked. Gibby had 4. Oh, man. I think we have to give it to Terry Kennedy, don't we? We're going to give it to Terry Kennedy. Good job by Terry Kennedy. I could say Terry Kennedy over and over again. Mickey Hatcher had 2 doubles, so he gets an honorable mention. Jack Morris gets his 16th win. He's 16-8, a season-high 9 Ks. The Creeper gets an inning. Tom Filer does his gerb. Roy Branch takes the loss. He's 13-12 on the season. So now we pack up our stuff and we head to Chicago to face the White Sox. So we're going to come back tomorrow, have game 1 of the series against Chicago. Until then, everyone, have a great night.